10 women you won't believe exist. Nadia Suleiman. Nadia Suleiman earned the tabloid nickname Octomom. She's in the record books for having given birth to the longest ever surviving octuplets. Suleiman, who grew up as an only child, which fed her craving for a big family, had been controversially implanted with 12 embryos by a fertility specialist. She had been unable to conceive naturally, and her 6 other children were also conceived through IVF. She didn't know she was having so many babies. She says she wanted twins. Each of her children, 6 boys and 2 girls, has a biblical first name, and she gave all of them the middle name Angel. Jessica Cox. Jessica was born without both arms due to a strange birth defect. However, disable is not a word to define her because she has learned to use her feet as they were hands. She is the world's first licensed armless pilot, as well as the first armless black belt in the American Taekwondo Association. Using her feet as most people use their hands, she is able, among other things, to drive an unmodified car with an unrestricted license and type on a keyboard at 25 words per minute. She is also a certified scuba diver. Thomas Beattie. Beattie, who was born a woman, had gender reassignment surgery in 2002 and became known as the Pregnant Man after he became pregnant through artificial insemination in 2007. Beattie chose to become pregnant because his wife Nancy was infertile, doing so with cryogenic donated sperm. Beattie's first pregnancy resulted in an ectopic pregnancy with triplets, requiring emergency surgery and resulting in the loss of all 3 fetuses. Later he gave birth to 3 children. He is also an advocate for transgender rights. Abby and Brittany Hensel. Abigail Lorraine Hensel and Brittany Lee Hensel are American conjoined twins. They are dicephalic parapagus twins, and are highly symmetric for conjoined twins, giving the appearance of having a single body without marked variation from normal proportions. Each has a separate heart, stomach, spine, pair of lungs, and spinal cord. Each twin controls 1 arm and 1 leg. They can eat and write separately and simultaneously. Melanie Gaydos. This is Melanie, a 30-year-old supermodel with a totally exceptional look. She suffers from a genetic disorder called ectodermal dysplasia, which has prevented her hair from growing, her teeth and nails from developing, and made her have a very fine and pale skin. Despite being stigmatized all her life by her appearance, she decided that her illness was not going to limit her, and 4 years ago she raised as a model. Bojana Danilovic. Bojana Danilovic, a 28-year-old Serbian woman, sees everything just like a normal person would, except her brain turns it upside down. She reads papers from the bottom up, uses an upside-down computer screen, and needs to work with topsy-turvy forms in her job. This is because she is suffering from a condition called spatial orientation phenomenon. In layman's terms, that means her eyes see things the right way, but for some reason her brain changes them. Kim Goodman. Kim Goodman is a woman who is able to pop her eyes out of her eye sockets by 12 millimeters. She holds the world record for the farthest eyeball protrusion. She discovered her eyeball popping talent one day when she was hit over the head. Her eyeballs popped out much further than usual, and ever since that day she could pop them out on cue, as well as when she yawns. Valeria Lukyanova. Valeria Lukyanova has a very odd claim to fame. She has spent the past few years of her career doing her best to look identical to a Barbie doll. With so many people undergoing invasive plastic surgery for compulsive reasons, it's easy to think that Valeria suffers from the same affliction. However, she's always insisted that her transformation involved no plastic surgery, just makeup. Mandy Sellers. Mandy Sellers, a British woman with a rare genetic mutation called Proteus syndrome that has resulted in extraordinary growth in both of her legs. She was born with abnormally large and misshapen legs and feet, which continued to grow at a disproportionate rate. Doctors were unable to provide a diagnosis for many years, until some doctors decided on Proteus syndrome, though Cellar's condition is atypical in many respects. Kane Tanaka. Kane Tanaka is a validated Japanese supercentenarian who, at age 117 years, is the world's oldest verified living person. She is one of the 10 verified oldest people ever. Tanaka has a strong appetite and likes sweets. She drinks 3 cans a day of canned coffee, sodas, and various nutritional drinks. She credits family, sleep and hope as her secrets for longevity.